Hi, welcome to Project Geo. I'm Adam Simmons, and I'm here with Carrie Drake from the United States Geospatial-Intelligence Foundation's Young Professionals Group. And I'm here with Carrie as she's going to talk about what the YPG is, and we're going to go into discussions about GEOINT this year. So how about, introduce yourself, Carrie, and talk about YPG.
Okay, great. I'm Carrie Drake, like you said, and I am currently my title is Event Operations and Community Relations Manager for USGIF. I've been with USGIF for about 6 years and have worked in a couple of different departments, and it's been a great opportunity to really learn about the geospatial intelligence community, but also to really give myself an opportunity to come up with different ideas for my job and my career that I am interested in, and USGIF has really given me that chance to grow.
Okay.
Which was probably why I wanted to start the Young Professionals group. I remember sitting in one of the USGIF Planning Committee meetings. The Planning Committee is a group of USGIF member company representatives that work together to come up with the content and the events and everything that USGIF does. And so this particular planning committee meeting was planning for the GEOINT Symposium in 2008. Mm-hmm. And I heard many of the members saying, oh, how do we draw more junior professionals? Because the GEOINT Symposium has a spectacular agenda that is very senior level.
Yeah.
And you really want your seniors there. And so most of the younger professionals that you see at the symposium are working in the exhibit booth, displaying technology and talking about the products that our members have to offer. But we wanted to find a way to get young professionals more involved. And it's taken some time to get young professionals to the symposium, but that was the beginning of the young professionals group, was finding a way to have young professionals build their future network of professionals so that they have their peers to work with and they know who to call, different customers and different offices, but also giving them the opportunity to mix with some of those senior professionals. So that was the idea behind the Young Professionals group.
Okay, so let's talk about the ages in the young professional. I mean, what's your minimum, what's your maximum per se?
I'll have to say, Young Professionals group is really open to anyone that wants to be a part of it.
Okay.
But you do have to put an age range on it because some people are very particular. They want to know specifically, well, am I young enough or am I too old? So we would say that they're 35 and under, or 5 or less years experience in the intelligence community, because you may come from another career background or you've been active duty military, you may just be starting your career in geospatial intelligence, and we want to give you that opportunity to meet other people that are early in their careers as well.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So who'd you say is your youngest member?
We do some high school outreach.
Oh, wow.
And they maybe are not on our distribution list, but that's just building for the future. So we have some high school students that have been introduced to the Young Professionals group, and then we have some college students that are very interested in being on the distribution list right now. And then we actually have some people that are, I would say the most active people that are actually involved in Young Professionals group are people that are in their first years of their career coming straight out of college. So they're probably 22, 23. We have a couple of young professionals that have recently become involved that were part of some of our student programs at the symposium in the last couple of years, and some of our scholarship winners that have then come out of school and started their careers and have gotten involved in Young Professionals group.
So for for members of USGF and members who are not yet of USGIF and are interested to learn more about becoming a young professional and how to get involved, can you talk about that? How do they get involved
Sure. So, the easiest way to get involved is to email ypg@usgif.org and get on our distribution list. You can also follow our Twitter handle at USGIFYPG. We try to tweet out different activities that are coming up. But getting on that distro list, you're going to get the invites to the upcoming events, any newsletters that we send out. So you're gonna know then what is happening with YPG, and then the next step would be to come to an event. We have monthly networking events. Sometimes they involve speakers. Sometimes they're just a casual networking opportunity. Sometimes they're a training opportunity. We recently did an ArcGIS training for a very basic training with Esri, and that was a great opportunity. I know for me, I don't have any background there, so it was wonderful for me to see what some of our members do on a daily basis.
Are YPG events just local?
Well,
to the Washington D.C. area. By the way, I should mention we are in the Washington D.C. area and in Herndon, Virginia. So
currently, the majority of our events are local. We have hosted 2 in Denver and 1 in St. Louis, and we're looking to expand outside of the D.C. metro area. We're talking about possibly developing young professionals group chapters in those areas.
Awesome.
In St. Louis and Denver and any other area that maybe we think.
Are you open to maybe some online involvement? Perhaps.
Absolutely, we're open to anything.
Okay.
Right now, it's really about growing. What does our membership see a need for?
Mm-hmm.
What's going to be the best way to reach the future leaders of the intelligence community? And I think social networking, online platforms, as things become more and more mainstream, that seems to be a good way to go. And it will certainly help us to broaden our reach.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about GEOINT. Briefly describe GEOINT. I don't want you to go too far in detail. Briefly describe GEOINT and YPG's role in GEOINT.
The GEOINT Symposium.
The GEOINT Symposium.
This year will be in
That's right.
Tampa, Florida. Well, the GEOINT Symposium, I think if you were to go to geoint2013.com, you can find an About GEOINT Symposium page that's going to tell you, your basic, this is the premier intelligence event for the defense community. We are, it's a great networking opportunity. It's a great opportunity to hear from senior leaders, Director Long,
Mm-hmm.
General Clapper, every year. But I would say, hands down, the networking is just phenomenal. There's a lot of online communication, but face-to-face networking and just finding yourself in a room, listening to people talk, and meeting someone face-to-face that maybe you've corresponded with via email or talked to on the phone, and then having that chance to get together, that's just an excellent opportunity. So, and I think probably that's the biggest feedback that I've heard is just you can't beat the networking opportunity at the symposium.
Okay.
So young professionals group at the symposium, again, it's getting them the opportunity, getting young professionals the opportunity to build their core network and also get in front of some of those senior leaders, meeting them, talking to them, and just learning from them.
Can you talk about some of the events you already have planned there for YPG?
Sure. So this is the 4th year that we are doing the Young Professionals program at the GEOINT Symposium. Started in 2010. We invited 10 young professionals to come and have kind of just an exclusive experience. They got full symposium registration. We had a luncheon for them that year. They participated in a service project, and they got an invitation only event, which is the chairman's reception.
Okay.
And that was 2010. We had 10. The next year we invited 15. And the year after that we expanded it to where we would accept 25. This year we selected 20 young professionals from various USGIF member companies and government organizations. And they were given the opportunity to have this golden ticket boot, as we call it. They will participate in GEOINT Forward, which is the pre-symposium sessions on Sunday. And then they will also have a luncheon with Dr. Dave Warner. And again, that's an invitation-only opportunity for these 20 young professionals. Each day we will get together and visit various USGIF member booths in the exhibit hall in the afternoon during the receptions. And we'll also be talking about our service project that will complete the week.
Okay.
On Wednesday, we are bringing in 100 junior Air Force ROTC students from a local high school, and we're going to teach them about GEOINT as a career and education path, and it'll kind of be their first glimpse into a young professionals networking event. But this year, it's also going to be we've created a challenge for them, where they're going to be going out and trying to solve a problem by visiting the booths and the hall. So
Oh, excellent.
it's gonna be a really exciting event. And last year it was the first time we brought high school students in to the hall, and the young professionals showed them around, and we've kind of just expanded on that again this year. We're really excited about it.
So in terms of you mentioned military in the ROTC program, the students from high school. How much do you interact with military young professionals in college, or even from who are still in the military and don't know anything about the YPG or the USGIF?
It's not something that, we don't have a specific project or outreach project for military professionals specifically. It's just something that has kind of evolved and seems like it's a good opportunity, a good group to reach out to. So last year we had a junior ROTC program that came in, and then again this year when I reached out to the local high schools, they were like, oh, this is the program that we think should come in to visit.
Oh yeah, it's excellent.
Yeah, so we don't have a specific outreach to military professionals, but we certainly would love to get more involved.
Mm-hmm. Well, great. Well, the last topic I want to touch on is what are your hopes beyond GEOINT Symposium this year? What are your ambitions for 2014?
Well, I mentioned it briefly before. We have a young professionals working group that helps to make up the YPG, make the decisions and planning and for the future for YPG. And one of our goals this year is to reach beyond the DC metro area. And so we started that with hosting the event in St. Louis and then again in Denver. And we're looking to build our networks there and maybe develop chapters through the next year.
Okay.
It would be great by the end of 2014 to have the first YPG chapter in one of those locations.
And once again, I'm going to wrap things up. Do you want to say again what the email was to get a hold of you if people are interested?
YPG@USGIF.org.
And your Twitter handle is?
@USGIF-YPG.
All right. Well, thanks, Carrie, for interviewing with us. And
always a pleasure.
For those interested, we're going to hopefully do a couple more interviews in the next week or two with USGIF before GEOINT Symposium. If you want to check out last year's videos, we have a playlist on our YouTube channel at Project Geo Media. So be sure to check those out, and be sure to watch this week's episode of Project Geo on YouTube. And check out our Google Plus channel too, our page. So once again, I'm Adam Simmons, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.